Let's begin this chapter with analyzing how our brands normally get built. Whether consciously or subconsciously, our personal image or brands get built through our interactions with people. It gets built when we converse with people, when we work with them, or when we deal with them. And it is the quality of these interactions and dealings that decide the kind of brand that we end up building. And what is the most common mindset that most people normally have when they interact with each other? Again, either consciously or subconsciously, what they try to do is to impress each other with their intelligence, wit, humor, achievements, skills, capabilities, strengths, talent, creativity, looks, clothes, gadgets, possessions, and a whole lot of other things. Do you remember the number of times when you offered a suggestion or a solution and someone else promptly counters it with another one which is even better than yours? Or times when you said something funny and somebody else immediately came up with something that's even funnier? When you mention some achievement of yours and someone promptly informs you of their own spectacular feats? And while doing all this, somewhere deep inside, everyone believes that they're creating a favorable image and that people are going to love them and appreciate them for being this amazing creation of God that they are. And that because of this, they're going to get everything that they ever desired. Unfortunately, this is far from the truth. And to understand why, we need to understand a few facets of the human psychology. The human psychology is such that in reality, everyone is really interested only in themselves and their achievements. Our worlds revolve around ourselves, not around someone else. Our skills, our talent, our families, our children, our looks, our clothes, our problems, our feelings, our everything. If we considered our lives to be a movie that is being played in our minds, then for each one of us, we are the central figure around whom the whole story revolves. The hero or the heroine. Everyone else is just another character. Whether it's our parents, siblings, spouses, children, neighbors, friends, relatives, bosses, colleagues, or the whole wide world. They are just characters who play a part in the story of our lives. We remain the center or the main character. The sweetest sound on earth is the sound of someone calling our name. The sweetest voice on earth is the sound of our own voice. Whether we know it or not, this is true for every normal human being. Everyone needs to be acknowledged. Everyone needs to be appreciated. Everyone craves for attention. Everyone loves to be loved, respected, and desired. This human need is often rated as even greater than the need of food, clothing, shelter, or money. A lot of people manage to survive on a very little of these things. But the same people can never get enough of attention, appreciation, or acknowledgement, or the feeling of being important, respected, and desired. In fact, if you give them plenty of this feeling, they'll probably go through any hardship for you. They'll happily live on one meal a day. They'll happily survive on 2 sets of clothes. They'll happily sleep on the floor if you make them feel appreciated, respected, and important. If you have understood this aspect of human nature, then I'm sure that you can understand that by trying to impress each other, none of us are making ourselves popular with one another, and nor are we on the way to building a great personal brand. In fact, each one of us is possibly an irritant to each other, if not a potential competitor or an adversary. Let's take into account another common human trait. The normal human response to any situation or circumstance is like a mirror image. Try greeting a total stranger with a big broad smile, and without even thinking, they are most likely to respond to you with a smile of their own. On the other hand, try scowling at someone. Without even knowing why, they'll possibly scowl right back at you. Now factor this trait into your relations with people in your ecosystem. If someone has subconsciously labeled you as an irritant, an adversary, a competitor, insignificant, or anything else, every time you interact with that person, he or she is going to react or behave with you with that very sentiment in mind. and that generally becomes a norm or a habit. Luckily, this is not hard or fast or unchangeable. This situation can definitely be rectified. To learn how to recreate a winning personal brand, click on the next video.